Hi, this is Kim Kohler from Emerging Creatively Tutorials, and today I wanted to teach you how to make a cute little spiral charm. So if you have seen my bead dangle ring tutorial before, then you will have learned how to make this ring, and in that tutorial I have a bead dangle that comes down from it, but this is a nice different idea that you can use instead. And especially if you want to make a bunch of rings and stack them up, you might want to have different things. So this cute little charm would work great for that. Or you can use this charm for lots of things. So I'm making a really tiny one, so what you can really use it for, you know, might be slightly limited, but it will work great for this ring. So let's get started. So the tools and materials you'll need to make the spiral charm is 20 gauge half hard round wire, chain nose pliers, wire cutters, and then you're probably going to want to have a rawhide or nylon hammer, and then a steel bench block. I just say that because with this size of wire, this 20 gauge wire, you're going to need to harden it up a little bit to make it more sturdy. So we're going to start with the wire, and we're going to work right off the spool, so I'm not going to cut any off. However, I do want to make sure the end has a nice flush cut. So I'm just going to make a flush cut on the end, and you just simply use the back of your wire cutters for that. The front, if you use the front toward the wire, that would make a pinch cut. The back makes a nice straight flush cut. And now you need your chain nose pliers. You could use flat nose pliers for this too. And then you're just going to make a little bend in the wire. So just hold the wire in the very tip of your pliers and then bend away. And so then you have this little kind of hook in the end. And then just come in and smash that hook together. And I'm just going to pull a little bit of wire off of here so it's a little bit less awkward to deal with. So pinch that together. So just a quick tip that if you're having trouble kind of getting that closed, you know, into a quite tight pinch, to use your crimp tool to close it. And then it's really simple. So, okay, so now we're going to hold this little bendy bend you made in your chain nose pliers, and then we're going to start to spiral around it. So you'll just hold the bend in the pliers, and then you're going to just bend the wire up, and you just readjust, and you start spiral around. And I'm kind of moving my right hand too, just because it's a little bit awkward with this still attached. But, you know, usually I might just use my left hand and push the wire up to make a spiral. But in this case, I'm kind of using my right hand. And now you can just keep going, you know, until it's the size you actually would like it to be. There's no, you know, this is up to you. But when you finally get to a spot where you like it, which I'm going to stop right here, just leave a little bit of space beyond where you want it to end, and then cut the wire, again making a flush cut, so you'll have the flat side toward the work, so toward what you're cutting, so the flat side this way. Move that out of the way. And I did not mention that you need round nose pliers, but you need round nose pliers. And now we're going to make a loop. So I'm just going to make, I just want to make a tiny loop. So I'm going to hold the tip of the end of the wire in my round nose pliers toward the tip of the pliers. And the wire should be up to the top of the pliers, but not poking through. So you should be able to run your finger across it. And now I'm just going to twist my wrist away from me and sort of wrap the wire as it goes around. I go as far as my wrist will let me, and then come back, readjust my pliers, and then finish the loop. So this is really tiny and cute. Now, if you still have a little bit extra wire, you can just simply go back to your chain nose pliers and, you know, just make sure that's close. And then you have that. So that is the charm. To make it a little bit harder though, I'm going to use my steel bench block, and this is just a little tiny one I got along with a hammer once. It's not my normal one I usually use, but it's kind of perfect for this project because this charm is so itty bitty. And then I'm just going to hammer, and that is just, the hammering hardens the wire. I'm just going to do both sides. And this hammer will not flatten the wire. It simply just hardens the wire, and the wire keeps its shape. If you want to flatten out your wire, then you could use a chasing hammer. So that is the charm. And you can use that on your ring if you like, if you want to make the bead dangle ring but with maybe a charm instead. So I hope you found this helpful. If you want to make a bigger spiral, you can use a larger gauge wire, maybe 18 or even 16 gauge wire, and then you can make a, you know, kind of bigger, thicker spiral. So have fun with that. I hope it helps, and have a great day.